sisters back again. So today we're taking you guys to an atelier and we're going to show you guys the process of how we dye bazin in Mali.
Yes, so very exciting process, very intricate. You have to go through the design, you have to go through the dyeing process, the drying process, retying again to get different designs. It's very intricate, so we're here to show you guys all of that today, and I hope that you guys enjoy.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll show you what it's all about.
So before the dyeing process even begins, the white bazin fabric that you see here is first tied to the desired motif before being placed in the dye. It can actually be dyed several times depending on the style and pattern that is trying to be achieved. As you can see here with the bazin they're showing us, this was tied once and dyed first in an orange color. With this design, they could either leave the black attachment so those portions of the fabric remain white, or they can even decide to tie it again and make a different pattern. That comes to show how creative and versatile the dyeing process can be. This bazin here has been tied 2 times. It's actually about to go for its second dyeing process where it will be dipped in a darker color such as a black to accentuate the previous dye work.
Détaché, ça donne comme ça. Yara, na be fun nasa. Avec c'est une couleur dit, avec des paillettes de couleur mouna.
Wow,
avec une couleur dit.
c'est joli.
Les bazins là c'était blanc. Ils sont attachés comme ça. Ils sont mis comme ça. Attachés comme ça. Le blanc, quand tu as dû faire, tu trouves le blanc.
Ça c'est seulement bleu?
C'est blanc. On attache blanc.
Normally for a cloth like this, it takes about 2 hours to attach it to do the tie and design, which is a pretty long time. So this one is a white one, but the way they tied it, once the coils are taken off, it'll give 2 designs, 2 motifs. So it'll be one at the end here, and there'll be one in the middle.
Come up always white.
Yes.
The color could not reach the tip.
So to get this design here with the folds, they have to trace on the bazin first before folding it in together. So all of the parts that are covered with wire are the ones that will remain white when the fabric goes in the dye. The ones that are tied remain white, and the fabric that's left out will be dyed.
Cette finition, c'est blanc là. C'est blanc là qu'on fait comme ça.
Okay.
Comme ça, tu défais. Ça donne les couleurs.
D'accord.
2 couleurs, 3 couleurs.
So this one was basically white and they tied it, so this one is going to be about 2 or 3 colors.
Yeah, he's gonna put the stain on your hand.
Oh.
He told us to put it down because it's going to put a stain on our hand, but this was dyed twice and this is the second run. So when they take it out again, it'll be the other color underneath. These are some of the patterns. These are the fabrics pattern, but this is just the colors. And then over here you can see some of the patterns. So the small tiny spin wheel ones were the small ones that were wrapped around. And this is a larger pattern, but it comes out really nicely when it's taken out. I think this was only dyed once with orange, but you can always still see the base color of white underneath.
So Malians actually sell bazin, but although it's so abundant in the amount that is sold and the amount that is purchased, the cloth is actually imported from Germany, the Netherlands, and increasingly China. But it's actually crazy to think like there isn't like a factory down here that makes the cloth or anything. But Malians, they specialize in the dye, so that's what we're here to show you guys today.
Yeah, in addition to that, Mali is also one of the top producers of cotton, so it would probably be best if they had a factory so that they can create the fabric themselves and they can kind of capitalize completely on the market
And also create new jobs.
and create more jobs. So some of these are actual dyes, and I know that they mix a dye solution along with like a booster or accelerator. I have to ask what it's called, but they dye it first and then they wash it out in another solution.
But originally the dye was made with like natural indigo and other like earth-based substances, but as times have changed and modernized, they've kind of gone into using more chemical-based products, but at the same time, these also can cause some, you know, health issues and concerns with the toxins that, you know, they're using and working with on an everyday basis.
In addition to that, we kind of have to think about hygiene standards over here. Sometimes they don't wear gloves, which is kind of crucial. So I think that there's organizations set in place to kind of fix these issues. I'll tag the website for the women's organization that does do that. On any special occasion, you're going to see Malian people in Bazin, whether it's a baptism, a wedding, Islamic celebration such as Eid, which is coming up. There's a lot of orders coming in because, you know, that's a very special occasion here in Mali.
And it's very important for Malians to uphold their culture through their traditional wear. That's something that Malians are very prideful of.
Yes.
With Eid coming up, you'll see that a lot of these ateliers have so much demand, so you'll see orders coming in 2-3 months in advance. So that's just to show how important
It is to look good on these occasions, and especially in everyday wear too. Bazin is worn on an everyday basis as well, so you'll see people wearing bazin, going to work in a professional setting, in a non-professional setting, to go visit family and friends. People dress up in bazin.
I was told once, if you ever if you ever plan on going to a wedding and you don't have bazin, you might as well not go, because you're going to be
The one that's left out.
The one that's left out. So. Yeah. It is a very big deal, and again, bazin is worn in a lot of the West African countries, Gambia, Senegal, Mali, Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
But the hub is Mali. See, this is a really nice color. I wonder how many times it took for them
They probably put it in green first and then put it in a different kind of wash that makes it shine after. That's what I'm thinking. What she was just explaining is basically that they add starch to the fabric and push it together so that it can maintain its shape. Then they add dye to the different parts, and then this is the dye over here, the wet dye sitting over there, and then the white parts will also be a design. So it kind of will give like a speckled look when it's completed. So she's using the rock to kind of hold the pattern in place, and she's using the starch to keep the fabric in its position.
So Naomi is about to go give it a try.
I got my gloves on. So now I'm washing the dye off. And as you can see, they tie it really tight so that it kind of doesn't come out. That's important, because if it does come out, it's kind of going to mess up the design. The water's kind of cold when they do it too.
So now what we're gonna do is hang up the cloth that Naomi just washed, so you can allow it to dry.
Yeah, we're gonna put this one in the plastic also and put in different color.
So when it's done drying, they're gonna take this off, put the colored one in plastic and wrap the colored one up completely, then dye the white parts that are tied right now. So it'll be another colorway. Well, what we were just talking about, this was the same exact model, but this is without the last process. So what they'll probably do is add like a purple or blue on top to all of the white parts. So you can show them the before one more time. So that's before, and this color would be the after they dip it in like a blue, it seems, like a blue wash. This is how they mix the dye, and they're gonna pour it into a bowl. They're adding water to dilute the concentration. Over there's the yellowish color, and this is the blue.
Right now, the color looks purple, but when they wash the dye off, it's going to turn a goldish yellow color. Now they're adding more potassium to boost the color. So this will serve sort of like a color enhancer. As you guys see, the bubbles in here are starting to take that yellow color and penetrate the fabric. This is some very intensive work. Naomi did not have that handwork that they have going on right now. So right now she's rinsing the dye off in the cold water. So now you guys can see the colors lightening a little bit. When it was in the dye, it was a very dark purple. Now it looks kind of like a burgundy red. So it was a 3-step process from each bucket until it reaches the last one. So now she's gonna hang it up, and when it dries, it's gonna turn yellow, which is very surprising. But I guess that's just how the dye work is done.